Next up at UFC 299 in the featured fight of the evening, we have Kevin Holland taking on new UFC signee Michael Venom Page, henceforth known as MVP. Kevin Holland, a tried and true entity at this point in the UFC. And the UFC said, let's take him. We're going to go spend a whole bunch of money on Bellator's, or one of Bellator's best welterweights, one of the best prospects outside of the UFC, and we're going to make him fight Kevin Holland. What I do appreciate is the MVP signing. Michael Venom Page is a very good signing. This guy is exciting to watch. This matchup is interesting, though. It's not that easy of a matchup. We got Kevin Holland, 25-10. 10 losses is quite a few, but he still has 25 wins, and he is a very tough guy. He is 2-3 in his last 5, recently coming off the loss to Jack Della Maddalena. He's taking on UFC newcomer Michael Venom Page, 21-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, and he is making his UFC debut after leaving Bellator. Kevin Holland, at this point, we know how good he is, right? He's an accurate striker, a powerful striker. He's got slightly improved takedown defense over his last couple of fights, because earlier in his UFC career, you looked at him wrong and you could take him down. Now, you're going to have to work for it a little bit. If you do take him down, you're not going to have a ton of success because he is a very good grappler, and you are going to have to worry about what's coming up, what's going on, and dealing with all of that. Good striker, good grappler, now working on the wrestling, and a very, very durable guy. He is coming off that close loss to Jack Della Maddalena, where he landed more total strikes, but you can tell he was losing some of those exchanges. He went to his wrestling, and he was 0 for 2 on takedown attempts. Taking on Michael Venom Page. New name to the UFC, but I promise you, not a new name in this space. This guy's a savage striker. He has been very successful in Bellator, certainly a few years past his prime. He is 36 years old, but he is still an insanely dangerous striker with a sport karate background. His striking style is awkward. It's unorthodox. A lot of movements, a lot of power, a lot of speed, but he does wait. He's patient, he's tentative, and then he gets a little crazy. He's very long, and he uses that range really well before leaping in. Takedown defense is solid, but you're not going to see him attempt any takedowns offensively. I've mentioned he's a little older. He's 36. He's definitely past his prime. And that, for a striker, 36 is very old. If he's a wrestler, maybe, but he's pretty old for a striker.
What about Wonder Boy? He looks fine.
He's starting to lose more. But yeah, Wonder Boy does look good. And Michael Venom Page is a very
40-something.
And he looks outstanding physically.
Relax, come on. I mean,
and Michael Venom Page.
We've had this discussion every time before the stream starts. I have this talk with you, and I say, listen, we're getting a little bit off the rails sometimes with the perverted talk, the nonsense. And I beg with you to try and keep this family friendly, to try and keep this PG, and then you just start with this stuff, man.
Yeah, I'll try to dial it in. Wonder Boy, glad you brought him up. Him and Michael Venom Page actually have a very similar striking style, similar range management and control. And before you say Wonder Boy smoked Kevin Holland, Michael Venom Page do the same. Kevin Holland was winning those exchanges against Wonder Boy, and then he broke his hand. And then with a broken hand, had to resort to wrestling and stuff, and then it all went south from there. I do think Michael Page wins this fight. And the reason I think he wins this fight is I think he is going to be the faster, more accurate striker. And that's Kevin's whole thing. And then if Kevin starts getting pieced up a little bit by the faster, more accurate striker, Kevin's going to start to smile, point at things, spin around, and have a little bit too much fun, while Michael Venom Page is going to stay dialed in. I think this is a decision. Kevin's a very, very durable guy, but I do think Michael Page wins this fight. Hopefully, I don't have a skewed vision of him because we've just been watching him beat the shit out of nobodies, and now he's in the biggest promotion in the world fighting a very good fighter. But I think Michael's going to win this fight. I do have money on him at plus 100, the exact odds you have today. I went ahead. I have a half a unit on him. I do think he gets it done. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, this is as simple as Kevin Holland's not fucking letting this dude beat him. I'm telling you right now, Kevin Holland's not letting this fucking dude beat him. He's heard all the noise. He knows who MVP is. He knows that people are like, this is like basically a better version of Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland was basically the MVP of the UFC, right? The long, rangy guy that was kind of wild, the dynamic striker with big power on the end of his punches. And then MVP comes in, and everyone's like, thinking that he's just going to come in and beat Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland, I think, is going to come in with a mean streak. He's got the durability. I think he's going to be the more pressure fighter. It's going to be a lot of these moments where MVP is throwing all this wild shit. Kevin Holland has really good vision. He's going to see this shit. He's going to miss big, and Kevin Holland's going to look at him like, This is not Bellator, sweetheart. This is not fucking Bellator, sweetheart. Kevin Holland's going to get that mean streak. You're going to see the Kevin Holland of old in this fight. He is going to show up and he is going to show out. And I do believe this is probably a decision fight, but I think Kevin Holland fucking brings it. And if he brings it, I think he's the better overall fighter, and I think he is going to land the more impactful shots. So I like Kevin Holland in this fight, and but I think it's a decision fight.
Yeah, listen, I do have some buyer's remorse on that bet because I saw it. I immediately was like, oh, Michael Page, yes, he's finally here. UFC knows what they're doing with this matchup. And then I placed the bet, and now I'm regretting it a little bit. I said, hopefully I'm not buying into the hype watching Michael Venom Page beat up nobodies. And then this guy commented, Koa, out of nobodies, Douglas Lima is a nobody? Hey, Koa, remind me what happened when Michael Venom Page fought Douglas Lima the first time. Just remind me what happened, because it is one of the most savage knockouts you will ever see. He got fucking smoked. And then in the rematch, MVP barely squeaked out a split decision. So that's just an incorrect comment. And that is why I have some buyer's remorse. I get a little worried. Looking at who Michael Page actually beat, and like Kevin Holland can beat pretty much all of these people as well. And to say Kevin was never winning, wasn't Kevin winning the first round of the Wonder Boy fight? Was landing well, controlling that, like big shots, and then broke his hand and Wonder Boy started to take over. Maybe I just watch fights a little differently. I could be very wrong, but that's not how I saw it.
Typically, you're pretty drunk.
Well, not recently.
Well,
anyway.
That wasn't recently. I think you were pretty fucking, if I remember right, you were getting pretty handsy that night.
And Cran said Angelo would get at that Ortega line too. And I will say, with the Ortega fight, so I bet Ortega. I thought Ortega was going to win. No, I didn't bet him. I picked him. I thought Ortega was going to win. I started to get a little nervous because of all the crowd noise, meaning the comment section, the live chats, all of that, saying that Ortega was going to lose. That's not really what I got here. That's not what's happening here. A lot of people are on the Kevin Holland side, but not an insane amount. That's why this line isn't moving very much. But Jacob and I are split here. Are you going to spend the $8,500 on Kevin Holland in DraftKings?
You want to bet?
I already have a bet on Page.
Yeah.
I just told you I have buyer's remorse.
No. Well, I used that excuse with Curtis Blades, and you were like, blah, blah, blah.
Well, you were running your mouth aggressively.
Oh, my titties are sweating.
You were running your mouth aggressively, and I said I have a little bit of buyer's remorse here. And you're going to make comments about my physical appearance. I literally beat you up in a fight. I beat you up. We fought, and I beat you up.
You already made that.
I don't know why you keep running your mouth.
If 150-pound weight advantage,
crazy.
Of course you won.
Okay, so keep running your mouth for it. Give you a fucking noogie on the fight food.
See if you can get down to 205, and we'll see what happens.
See if you can get up to 205.
Okay,
Skinny
I'm 15
bitch.
pounds away.
Scrawny nerd.
Fucking 15 pounds away.
Are you going to spend the $8,500 on Kevin Holland and DraftKings? Didn't answer that question.
You spend $8,500 a week on food, bitch.
Fucking children of the cord nerd. Can you tell me if you're going to spend the money or not? Yeah, well, I won. As soon as you start making noises, the other person wins. Go ahead.
Get one of your daughters in here and tell them to smell you and see what you smell like. I think it's bacon. I'm going to say bacon today. It's
I'm actually not I'm not a huge bacon guy. Can you answer the fucking question?
I already answered it.
Well, I don't remember the answer, but if you want to check out what the answer is, go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. You'll see all the picks, the bets, the round line leans, and more. Your money will help get Jacob to Brazil and me more food, apparently. But listen, I'm going to keep flexing because I am working on myself.
That's like the fourth time. Do you look
because
at that
you keep calling me
camera
fat,
and you think that that's impressive?
No, because
that's why you keep doing it.
You keep calling me.
There's no
fat.
definition. You're just proving my point.
Okay.
Where's the striation? Where's the veins? Where's the vascularity?
I recommend every single one of you go watch the fight. Jacob and I fought each other. We recorded it.
You
go watch
weigh
the
150 pounds more than me.
Tell me
Well
if size
done.
mattered. Tell me
Well
if size mattered when I'm just
Well done.
fucking jabbing his face and he's just staring at my chest like a little.
I'm Demetrius Johnson.
bitch.
You're Shamil, and you just fucking fatted me. Congratulations.
I'm Shamil. Who needed time in between rounds, asking for extra minutes because they couldn't catch their breath? Was it me or was it Baby Red?
Who had COVID that entire week before and week after? Still
don't know.
fought. Still showed up. Still got a takedown.
Did you fight though? Was that a fight? Didn't feel like a fight. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to wewantpicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.